Hello, folks on YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of my Age of Wonders 3 multiplayer Let's Play with Joe here. Uh, we're about to do this full Quarry battle. Just came across this video on YouTube. I recommend at least watching the previous video, just at the very end of it, at least to see what I mean when I say Quarry battle and what the context is. uh, or you'll see, I guess, after we win this battle. I do recommend watching stuff from the beginning, but I know YouTube throws a lot of new viewers. In fact, far more than returning viewers are unique new ones. So, welcome. Just ducked out to stretch my legs a little bit. Grab some coffee. Actually, this is Folger's stuff. I don't even know if people drink this for so long. It's garbage. Been ordering Starbucks before and it's all good. Even the supposedly cheaper brews, I can't tell a difference. But this Folger stuff is it's probably Robusta instead of Arabica. That's why. I used to work at a coffee shop once, so
Yeah.
and yeah, Robusta is the cheap. It's actually a different species of coffee bean that
Oh yeah.
they can still call coffee legally, but some of the cheaper they places will use whereas more expensive they'll say coffee and say 100% arabica, and I don't think the Folger said arabica anywhere, so it's probably robusta is why.
Yeah.
Robusta grows better in like lower elevation areas, whereas which are obviously far more numerous, whereas arabica really needs like to grow up hillsides or mountains, so
Mm.
it's harder to. So they probably use robusta, that's why it tastes different. um Most good coffee all tastes the same, and it's probably all Arabica. But this is an actually different species. It's technically not even the same plant. But yeah. I got up. I realized I was feeling a little peckish too, so I had a quick snack. God, I'm trying to remember where that comes from. Some game back when it was for a while. It was all the craze. Every game was getting like a hunger system because I don't know. Some game did it and it was popular that game, and so the gaming industry has become so damn derivative. So one game succeeds, and then like every gaming exec decides that every other game needs all like picks. They start picking random features that got praise and saying, "Oh, we need that in our
Yeah.
game too." And then that dies down. Then they do it with another feature, and it's like, think for yourselves, right? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing seems to get them to do that. So, um, hmm. All my I don't have that many ranged units. I do have my heroes, one of whom's got a musket, and the chariots who have short range sun spears that they can throw. You've got some ranged units though, right, Jay? You got a storm sister, a longbowman, two
Two
longbowmen
longbow
initiate, and a hero who's got a longbow. So all your units are ranged pretty much.
or acid darts and dart gun.
Yeah. Oh, she only has darts, which are much weaker than a
Yeah.
longbow. And you can give a nourishing meal to someone. Doesn't even have to be your unit. Could even do it to one of mine. Perhaps a unit that's going to go toe to toe with the big beetle. Could use that. For an extra 15 hit points and 100 morale. So
Yeah.
preferably a unit that would gain a morale level from it. Which that's why I should have suggested is looking around for a candidate for that meal. Something that's if it gained 100 morale would reach a multiple of 200. One of my cheetahs, an elite cheetah, has 300 morale. So that's probably the unit that to that would be best served with that nourishing meal. If you're willing to give it to that.
Sure.
Yeah. In fact it's the only unit that of mine that we gain a morale level. Is this cheetah with 83 XP elite. It's on its way to gain champion, which is the final. Veteran 2 level. Unless you got a unit that could benefit more. Oh, one of your initiates.
Can the
Or
hero
long.
herself eat the meal?
I don't think so. Either of your longbowmen actually could benefit from it. They'd gain a morale. And they're closer than the cheetah. But they're probably not going to go to melee range. And the cheetah it's a melee only unit. So,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
yeah, I suggest. I'm looking at this, and at first glance, you've had more time to look at the map. But at first glance, it does look like maybe gathering everything behind this pit near the wing of my army. It's closest to yours. Is like a pit. If we gathered all the
Yeah,
range, what units there, we could shoot across the pit, try and like kill the untouchable, and that will provoke them into all charging that way.
yeah,
So I think I want to circle my units around. It'll take a couple turns, and I can give someone last stand. Whoever's going to stand the front, because they'll probably get charged by the big beetle rider, and quite possibly killed, even if they guard. I should probably give it to a really tough sun guard or something. Last stand. How many? I don't think many of my sun guards even made it here because they're not very mobile. Looks like I got, which is a shame because they do well against the big beetle. Looks like I only have one sun guard on the map. This expert level 1, which probably will level up to elite and gain projectile resistance if it does enough melee hits in this fight. Um, right? Is there anything else that? All right. So that's the sun guard that I'll probably go toe to toe. Oh yeah, the cheetah that should probably get the nourishing meal is also a little bit injured, so could. So I got 42 health out of 45. Um, I don't know if my cheetahs can pounce across a pit. It says can be blocked by obstacles, but a pit, I don't know if that counts as an obstacle.
hmm,
Let's see. I'll move one of the cheetahs behind this. Uh, Probably want my leader a little further. That won't do. Uh, yes. Yes, they can pounce across the pit. Cool. I just moved a cheetah up to the pit, and it has pounce tile on the other side of it.
cool.
That's that's good. Uh, of course, this one is only 26 health. It really can't afford to. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I might need you to give the nourishing meal to the thing with 26 health, just so it doesn't die to like
Yeah,
a sneeze, We'll see how this goes. They move in response to my creating a sort of kind of opening. Uh, Tiger's got Frost Aura. Hmm. So I got that little wall. Tigers don't really hold ground well so much as, they do maneuver warfare, which I'd say I'm reasonably good at, but there's always room for improvement. Uh, so,
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah, it might take a while to bring everyone to this area. But yeah, I've got more than enough melee units to block all approaches. So, shoot. Actually, I need to do that because my leader should probably cast a spell now, but well, before there's any chance of them. Okay. Yeah, it might not seem like unit facing matters when units are in guard mode, but there are some units that can actually do guard breaker. So sometimes you actually do have to worry about it. It's good to be in habit, although I don't think any of their units can have guard breaker,
Yeah.
right? Big Beetle didn't have it, did it? That's the only unit that might have.
Hmm. Not
Nope,
sure.
doesn't look like it. Um, my my Sun Guard has guard breaker, for instance. So if it attacks the unit that's guard mode, the unit loses guard mode and then can be flanked. There's no stopping cheetahs from Tigrans from flanking you, basically, if they have if there's Sun Guards in the mix, which is good. Um, that's definitely good. Uh, wait. Oh, I've got the Prowler over here. Well, this is by far my toughest unit, and it's got martial arts. So if hey, over to the east side of that crane, is there a movement through there? I can't see. Like, it won't show me if beyond the movement of one turn, but can your units see their movement like right now, or
Um, which crane?
the crane that's next to the pit that most of my armies gather near?
Oh, can they walk through there?
Is there? That's I'm asking. Are those tiles like if you select your
I see.
hero, can does he have movement that's lit up through there?
Um, I can't see the I can't see a movement indicator, but they all I can they all show up with ranged attack shots. So I think so. I
Uh,
think.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
select, if you click on the unit and select the move unit thing, even though you can't do it. Oh, I can see. Yes, that is an approach. So they can move through there.
yeah. There's not a the only blocker is that rock.
All right. So I'm gonna put my prowler here then.
Okay.
Um, cheetahs don't have to jump in. Sun Guard can mostly hold this approach. And the tiger, since it's got frost door, my heroes if necessary. Uh, hmm. Trying to decide if I should last stand or Lion's Courage on someone. Lion's Courage is +5 strength. Overwhelm and Strong Will. Extra damage against Pike and Shield. Oh, their Marauders are shielded. Um, hmm. How are you feeling about do you want to take risks with your units, Joe?
Hmm.
Or do you want to play more conservatively? I guess.
Uh, I don't think I want to lose any of these guys because they're fairly higher level.
Oh, I didn't mean risk the point of losing more. Do you want to risk injury to try and get more experience or
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess some. Well, I don't know. I don't want to risk them getting too weak that I won't be able to fight the quest army.
yeah. Most of them are close to leveling up,
But I don't mind
though.
a little bit of damage.
Because I'm trying to think if I should give Lion Strength one of your units. So, because I think that benefits even their ranged attacks as long as they do physical,
What's
not magic ranged.
what does
So it
that do?
won't gives +5 strength, and it doesn't say melee strength, it just says
Hmm.
strength. So I think Lion's
Is
Courage,
it a, is that a spell?
yes. We give Overwhelm, which would do extra damage against the Marauder. Strong Will, which provides protection against spirit attacks. There aren't any here, as well as means the unit can't be charmed. And +5 strength. So I could give one
Huh.
of your longbowmen or your hero Lion's Courage. Shira the Bard in particular could just absolutely devastate with a backstab.
That's true.
Um, and Lion's Courage. That would give her a base of 26 base melee damage.
Yeah.
She
Hmm.
has 65 health, and okay, she's a little squishier than my warlord hero. She doesn't have armor, I don't think, and she has one less base defense, but she's still pretty tough.
Yeah.
Um,
And has resurgence if anything happens.
Yeah, or a longbowman so that the longbowman can be sure to much XP to rank that. Only 6. You could probably get that without the Lion's Courage, but you definitely would get it with. Uh, hmm. Or we could save it for the next battle. I might be able to help if we do the next battle this turn, although I would suggest someone's going to get hurt, so I would suggest waiting till next turn. Also, more units that can help that aren't in range this turn. And I think they're standing on a mountain tile, which is a little harder to attack into. I think the terrain is like rougher, more cover. Well, actually, that would help you with all your ranged units, because they would have a harder time, their frostlings, getting up to melee range with you. Um, although they would also be able to take cover. So, hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it might save a unit though. Again, that big beetle can devastate. It's got 17 damage and charge, so it does base 23 on each hit when it on its initial charge, or at least the first hit. Uh, hmm.
Hmm.
You know what? All right, I'm just gonna give last stand to my Sun Guard, an extra +4 resistance. You don't seem really enthused about the extra attack strength for your longbowman. And honestly, it's
Maybe. I don't
the
know.
big beetle is probably gonna end up. I'm gonna probably end up having to face it with my spearman. So,
Yeah.
uh, except that these guys don't have the pole armor. You know what? Hmm. I could do it to the Prower, and then he would have polearm ability if I give him last stand. And then you could, yeah, all right, I'll do that. So this Prower is practically an immovable object.
Oh wow.
Um,
Doing first strike, pull arm, and last stand.
yep, and 21 defense when guarding. So yeah, you can
Jeez.
just use that choke point in the cover to just slaughter them. The only unit that has any range is the Goblin Untouchables. They have poison spit, like a reed serpent.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, and didn't you share the bard poison knowledge? Oh no, poison protection. All right. Oh well.
Poison knowledge and poison protection. Oh.
Uh, no, the nature's
Oh wait.
resistance. They're druids. Some of them
You're
have the
right.
ability to provide protection against blight, but um, also there's extra resistance that comes from last stand, which when guarding, double resistance, so that'll help against the poison and stuff. All right. Well, anyways, I provided a very tough wall there, so they should have a hard time.
Yeah.
And if you move to your left, because they're at the top of your screen, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so if you move your units all to the left, you can hide behind the terrain in my unit and just pummel them as they approach.
All right.
I
Just
wouldn't
move
hide.
everyone as far left as I can get them.
I think it would vary based on how
Or
mobile. Your hero is more mobile, so she can like kind of be behind the Prowler and still stay safely out of range if they try and run around with the big beetle.
Yeah.
I would particularly your Storm Sister is your squishiest. So I'd probably try and get your Storm Sister and your Longbowman over to the left where they're safer.
Right.
Maybe
Okay.
then Initiate too. Well, except the Initiate can skirmish effectively as in a regular. So I might leave your hero in the Initiate. Shoot. But actually, the Prowlers and what am I saying? You can slaughter them as they approach. Never mind. Never mind. Actually, if you just gather them behind the Prowler and the Prowler can inch forward a few tiles and you can just shoot, you can kill that untouchable at range very easily with your
Yeah.
Longbowman in a couple turns. Maybe not this turn, but yeah, I would actually just gather in a big block behind the Prowler.
All right.
Because the Prowler can probably move forward like 2 tiles and it would still completely block the approach, or 3 and force them to do a tax opportunity to get around it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just gather everyone right behind so that they can fall behind him and attack 3 times later.
All right.
Uh, Probably this is going to be at long range, so the longbowmen are the most important to get right behind the prowler. They're also slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one could probably stand on the right flank of it, and the Storm
Right.
Sister maybe directly behind, because arcing. Well, yeah, because doesn't the Storm Sister is slower. Shira will probably need to. Well, actually,
Where should I have Shira go?
I was gonna say a couple tiles around to the right so that the Storm Sister can just walk through. Because right now Shira's kind of in the way.
Do I want Shira to give someone a nourishing meal right now?
Oh yeah, that's true. Probably my.
Oh, she
You
can't
know,
reach them. I can move towards them though.
I had been thinking of. Phew, I had been thinking of giving the nourishing meal to the injured cheetah so it could actually see combat, uh, uh, but there's also another possibility, which is uh, your initiate actually is a lot closer, and it does okay in melee. With a nourishing meal, it could probably survive in melee and gain a lot of experience, but it would lose it all when it ranked up to Storm Sister, wouldn't it? But that's only if it got
That's right.
12 XP. Uh, yeah, and it would
Needs
have
22 more.
your initiate only needs 12 XP to level up. Or no, it needs 22. You're right. Okay, yeah. So I would give your initiate the nourishing meal so that she can
Okay.
like take probably get hit, take a few hits, deal a few hits,
Yeah.
like actually not have to worry. Might be able
All
to
right.
close on the Blight Doctor or something. Uh,
So should I move Shira between the initiate and the longbowman?
no, I would have the initiate fault move to the right towards Shira instead,
Oh, right.
because they're all
Oh,
gonna. Those two can both move and attack, like they're better skirmishers, because your one's a
yeah.
mounted you and the other can move its full movement and still attack
I
at
still
range.
want the Storm
So
Sister to be
so to have the Storm Sister fall between the
there.
two longbowmen to
Okay.
provide like a kill zone if they try and
Do I
approach the
want to save
prowler.
her movement? Because right now she has to walk around Shira. Would it be better to move Shira to the bottom left of tile first?
I would have it sure move to the top right 1 tile to get out of the way.
Then the initiate won't be able to get to her.
Uh oh, can only move 4
Oh,
tiles.
wait. Wait. One, two, three, four. No, it should be able to get there. Yeah, if I move Shira 1 tile, it'll be
Yeah,
able to get there.
yeah, I would have
Oh,
Shira move 1 tile to the upper right, have the Storm Sister, then fall in behind the prowler, and then have the initiate get next to Shira and
yeah, there we
receive
go.
the nourishing meal. Although that technically has Shira turn her back, I don't think they shouldn't be able to get.
I can have her turn around, right? She doesn't have movement.
Yeah. Doesn't the nourishing meal?
Oh, wait. You're right.
consumer
That'll
moves.
exhaust her.
That's fine. The only way would be if they rush forward with the Goblin Untouchable, take advantage of it. If they did that, it would get murdered.
Yeah.
You could have her move one tile back, but I wouldn't. They're not. They're gonna just sit and guard. I almost guarantee it. So I would just do a nourishing meal, so
All
she
right.
doesn't have to move as far next turn towards him. Um,
Sweet.
cool. And do you have any spells that you might want to cast?
Uh. Oh. Right. Uh. Ominous spells. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Hmm. Root spears or seeker enchantment, maybe.
Well, the offensive stuff you might want to wait till they're not guarding. But
Yeah.
Seeker Enchantment, that's right. Seeker Enchantment removes line of sight and does what else?
Uh. Removes range penalties and adds 1 damage.
Lightning damage, right? Or is it melee?
Just any, I think. Yeah,
Well,
there's no modifier attached to it, so
well, it'll say if it's a little explosion, that's physical damage.
yeah, there's no symbol. It just says +1 damage. So I'm
Oh,
guessing it depends on the unit.
I'm trying to figure out if it would work on the Storm Sister.
I think it would, because it looks like it's it looks like it doesn't care what kind of damage it is.
Does it need to be in an archer unit or any ranged?
Uh, any ranged target friendly units ranged abilities.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, I
Well
think
then,
any unit with I can try. Yeah, I can cast it on on the on the Storm Sisters and the Initiates. So
uh,
I assume it'll work.
yep. Well, I would probably do the let's Storm Sister suffers this removes long range penalties, right? Or is it just line of sight?
It removes both.
Hmm.
So yeah, it would remove the long range penalty for the Storm Sister
Yeah.
and the
Um,
minus.
or you could do it to initiate to help the initiate be able to actually get its rank. I'd probably give one of them the secret enchantment. It's kind of up to you. You could probably do the other next turn. Now I think of it, you have enough mana for it, right? To give two
Yeah, I do.
units.
I just wouldn't be able to summon an animal next turn, I think.
Oh, that might be a problem. Yeah. Yeah. So the initiate or the storm sister.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe the Initiate help it level up.
Yeah, that's probably. Although the Storm Sister has better morale, so she'd get a lot of crits. She's got best morale.
Yeah.
And she can inflict stun at elite rank. So,
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, I'd probably give it to the Storm Sister, just because the Storm Sister it's so much harder.
All
Um,
right,
I mean, the
I'll
Initiate will
do that.
eventually become a Storm Sister, but it's probably, even with the Nourishing Meal, probably not going to level up this fight. Um, anyways,
Okay, all good.
yep. And yeah, that did it. It worked. It removed the line of sight and gave extra 1 damage.
Sweet.
It gave extra 2 damage. It gave
Oh,
extra
because of the
+1
poison.
blight as well.
Yeah, sweet.
So if later when you're longbowmen gain their keen arrows, they'll gain +1 physical, +1 lightning, and +1 blight if they're with this hero.
So would Secret Enchantment be really good with those those like magic weapons that have like 4 damage types, 3 or
Yeah,
4?
it would be insanely good with those.
Hmm.
The more damage types, the more effective, the more secret
Sweet.
damage enchantment
Although
adds.
I don't know how to get any of those.
Uh,
are those like sorcerer units or something or priest?
I know fairies have do all four damage types, and you can get fairies
Uh,
from if there's a fairy dwelling on the map. Like it's like the
oh,
giant dwelling. We haven't found one yet, but they're a potential thing
yeah.
you can find.
Okay, I see.
Um, the black bolts do both frost and blight. I don't and spirit. I think. So my necromancer has black wands. The black wand necromancers get deals three different damage types. It's not four, but it's still three.
Yeah,
Frost spirit and blight. I'm pretty sure. I would have to double check the blight. It might just be frost and spirit. Um, yeah, I don't know. You might be able to craft something that does three or four damage types when you get an arcane item forge. Like the black wand
yeah,
is a fun. It's not actually a necromancer ability. It's actually just an item that the necromancer starts with, which you can actually transfer to other heroes. Like I gave my warlord has a holy symbol, which allows her to shoot spirit rays like a theocrat from that theocrat I killed at the beginning of the game, who
yeah.
wanted to work for me, and I killed him instead. The goblin theocrat,
Hmm.
uh, which is part of why goblins hate me and will never be happy in my empire. Well, not that unhappy, but if I wanted, I could still integrate like a goblin city and um, build a whole bunch of goblin outposts to make them happy. It's not that big a penalty to overcome. But goblins are just cannon fodder, and as a Tigran warlord, Tigrans get extra gold from their cities, warlords get extra gold in the Greyguard. I have so much gold, there's no reason to ever use goblin marauders as cannon fodder. Because
Yeah.
at veteran rank, they get the volunteer ability, which cuts their maintenance in half. The goblin marauders, so you can actually train them at veteran rank with enough city upgrades. Um, Good in a gold limit map, like a really small one, such as the dwarven scenario. If you get some goblins, but in a map this big, when I were this flush with gold, I'd rather just have like tier one and two and three units that are better. Uh, they haven't approached yet. Uh, I'm worried about losing this chariot, but chariots are my best skirmishers as well. So if it comes down to damaging them to try and lure them forward, chariots are the best unit for the job.